Okay, my next award goes to Mackenzie Cornett. And Mackenzie listed that you're going to St. Louis Community College to study psychology, and you received the A plus scholarship. And some of your favorite memories is guard breakfast every morning before the marching band contests, competitions. And I agree. I have not done a breakfast with any of the groups. Um, One, a lot of times it's a little earlier, and you guys get up at crazy amounts of the morning that I prefer not to get up that early. Uh, but it is kind of good. You guys can have that time together. You also listed bus rides to contests, and the bus rides are always a special thing for each person and a different experience for each person. Um, and the fact that you like them and enjoy them, and it's a common theme amongst the band. They enjoy the bus ride, which I would always feel like you guys would not like the bus ride, but um, it's definitely something you guys look forward to. So that makes me happy. Um, then your next memory was winning best guard at our last contest. Even though I know it was an indoor contest, it was an indoor, and there were you guys, if you can go back and watch the videos. I mean, you guys were pretty spectacular throughout the whole season, and you didn't need that last contest to to validate the good job that you all had done this year and really over the last several years. So, marching band, color guard, you guys have been really strong, and you've worked hard, and it's just spectacular to watch you all and watch you all weave in and out of the band and add so much color and life to the group. And then your last memory is the chance to play at MMEA. And for a lot of these seniors, that's kind of been a pretty common memory, and that makes me happy that you guys look upon that voyage, because that's really what it is. It's the voyage of preparing and the risk, because we could go there and fail. Basically, we could fall apart. The people could not like us. There's all kinds of things that could happen, but the risk that you all willingly and embark and without fear is really an amazing thing. So I have some thoughts on you, and I'm probably going to get a little personal with you, and it's okay if you don't like it, because I'm at home and you can't attack me with this video. But I remember really vividly, and it doesn't seem like it was 4 years ago. I remember really vividly you coming in those first few weeks when we were doing color guard and marching band, and you were there one day, and then the next day you weren't. And I remember your mom. And first off, to preface this, your mom was in band, was in color guard, was an amazing band member. Your sister, or your aunt was in there. Your uncles were, in band. I mean, your family has had a huge band tradition. Your parents your grandparents were active in the band program. So your parents have seen, your parents' grandparents have seen this program, for 30 years basically, and for you to have that chance to be involved in it for your mom and your grandparents was probably an emotional moment, because they probably wanted you to do it so badly. So when you came, and then you and the only thing I can attest now is looking at it from several years ago, that it's just kind of weird. I mean, band is odd. Just the whole, kind of quasi-military, but we're not really military-ish, but we are. Just the yelling, the craziness, the, barking out orders, the, you have to follow, you have to do this, you have to do, it's kind of a weird experience. And it's kind of intense. because yeah, there is a lot of yelling. You will come to marching band and you will, one, be yelled at, be yelled for, or at some point you will be the one doing the yelling. And that's part of the experience. And looking back at it, you as a freshman coming in, you were kind of quiet, kind of shy, kind of tentative, especially because this wasn't a group that you were kind of naturally a part of from middle school to high school. So it was a leap for you. It was a leap of faith for you to come in. And you really just didn't like it. and I remember your mom bringing you up multiple times, and we sit and talk with you, and you're a stubborn girl. I'm not gonna lie. You have you get something in your head, and you are a tough nut to crack. And I remember a lot of times we talk, and I'm like, I don't think I reached her. And I think probably your mom working on you at home, and just basically trying to convince you to have a leap of faith, and just to try it. Come in and give it a full try, and it might be good. Sometimes some of the things that are the best are not always the easiest at first. So you just making a leap of faith, and then just coming in, dealing with the shock to your system, and in this environment and in the things that you did here, you just excelled. And I remember probably each year, because I know your mom from the program, and we've had history together throughout the years. So I feel like I can speak to your mom more candidly maybe than I could with most people, and we would speak a lot about you and just how proud of you I was, just to see your growth and to see your development as a person, as a leader, as a guard member. It was just amazing. And it just made me so proud. And I was so proud you stayed with it. I was so proud that you could eventually see things, and then it I think it got to a point where it was almost intoxicating. It was like a drug. It was intoxicating, where you didn't want to do anything else. And that's beautiful. To have a kid or a student who just becomes so driven and so motivated and so engaged in everything that's going on. It's an amazing experience, and maybe that's why that I said this and started this, is that the 4 years have just, oh my gosh, where did it go? It's like I see you just coming into the band room for that first rehearsal, and it's just flown by. And I guess those things that you enjoy and those things that you cherish, that's what happens. You blink, and then all of a sudden, boom, 4 years have gone by. So you've meant a lot to this program. Your mom has a strong history here. Your other family members, your aunt, your uncles, and it's been an exciting time in our program. And I'm glad that you were here. I'm glad you were working hard, and I'm glad you made the sacrifice. I know you coming in without really much musical background and taking private lessons and learning how to play. The color guard is what kind of brought you in, but the music kind of kept you here, and that makes me happy. It makes me happy that you've been willing to go above and beyond, and do the things that the average student in school won't do. And there's a resilience there. There's an ability to cope with adversity, the ability to improve in spite of maybe what you're initially feeling, and no matter what the circumstances are. And that's a great band member. And I've talked a lot about your person because it's just really impactful. You've been like one of my success stories that I can look back in my career and go, wow, that the amount of growth that person had was just an amazing. And that's what's really special to me. The medium that we do is guard, band, and music, but in reality, it's what you do with that medium, and then hopefully the growth in the individual growth. And I want you to be successful. I want you to do great things, and and based on what you've done here, and apply those same principles to everything that you do, and I feel you're going to be amazing. And I talked a lot about your personal growth, but also your color guard growth has paralleled that too. Doing a great job as guard captain. And who would have thought the little girl that came in that really didn't want to stay because this whole thing was really crazy would actually develop and mature to be one of the color guard captains. I mean, just an amazing thing. So, I'm so appreciative of you. I'm appreciative of everything you do, and I'm just excited for you and your future. So, you will be receiving the Most Valuable Player MVP award, the Most Valuable Player award for marching band / color guard. Congrats.